So this is going to be a relatively short video from me, Shannon Strain at Stevessewandvac and Burns Sewing here in Pennsylvania. I want to talk to you about the Bernina Skill Hub, which is new for 2024, and it's the strategy that Bernina is doing to give educational content to the consumer. And in order to access this, you'll need to go to the Bernina Skill Hub. And I have a Google page where I just typed in Bernina Skill Hub, and the top hit, if you will, was this. And you can see the address here, and here's the link. And when I click on this, what will happen is I will come into the page where I'm in essence going to be logging into the system. Now, I'm logged in as a dealer, but what I'm going to do is log in or create a login so that you, as the student, as the consumer, will understand the process when it's your turn to go about this. So the first step you're going to want to do is to create your login. And so when I click on login, I have the opportunity to either sign in with an account that I have created, or if I'm new to the Skill Hub, I need to, in essence, create an account. So I'm going to go and use this one, and let me just put in my address here at the store. And register now. And then I get this screen where it's going to be asking me, by the way, you have to be 13 years or older. I'm going to put in, of course, my first name, just as you would imagine, my last name, and a password. And I'll click on Submit. And I also, so this is one thing I don't like about the 21st century. You have to make the password what Bernina wants, and this is not just Bernina, it's most websites. So you have to have at least one special symbol, and valid symbols are these types of things here. So they're not numbers, notice. It's got to be one of these symbols. So let me add that one of those symbols because I want things to be happy, and let's go ahead and click on Submit. And I'll just click on Save for that. And so notice here it says to view your password or add a note about it, you can click on this icon up here. So I do like things like this. So I am now logged in, and I do have access. Like if you went in here and you wanted to just kind of view something, notice that you've got a lot of these classes have the prices as they are, but you could come in to, say, a class like this, the Introduction to Computer Basics, and this is a complimentary class. So I like that. There is also this class here, which is what we're talking about today, and that is the Bernina Building Blocks. And this is the price for the Building Blocks class. You can certainly go through here and put this into your box, etc., your shopping cart, if you will, and it will eventually ask you for your dealer. So let me see if I can do that. I'm just going to click here, and I'm going to say, okay, so this is describing what it is, and I'll be describing this both in our live lesson at the store, but also talk a little bit about here. In essence, this is going to be 6 classes that they offer for the year 2024. They consist of, it's about an hour lesson. Debbie Lashbrook, fabulous educator. I'm so glad she continues to do content for Bernina. It'll consist of things like your a PDF of the lesson, a video that you can review, and I think they're going to keep the videos up on their system for 2 years. You cannot download the video, so that's going to be something new from those of you that have been with me in live classes. But you can certainly download the PDFs and the presentation, the PowerPoint presentation. How you would pay for this, let me just go ahead and add this to the cart. When you go into checkout, so you can see here it's in my cart. When I go into my cart and I go into checkout, it's going to say, you are checking out as me. I'm going to go ahead and continue. And it's going to say, okay, well, this is what you want. Okay. Notice there's to be determined. There won't be any shipping or tax on this per se, but I'm going to just go into checkout. And do you have a promo code? And so these promo codes, and I'm going to hopefully cut to a picture here. I'm going to put this into the video at this point. But this is an example, this card, of a promo, a link code, if you will. It's a multi-digit code that you put in that is used in lieu of cash. And so you can purchase this at your local Bernina dealer, which we encourage you to do. If you opted to still pay by credit card, for instance, once your code is successfully entered, your price will be affected, immediately reflected. Please note that if your order cost is no money, you will not be asked to input a credit card. Okay, and if you have any questions, this is where you would contact. So I'm going to X out of here, and I'm going to say, here's my billing. And so I would select my payment method, like I could do, like, say, the credit card. I would put in my my name, my address, my city, all of this type of stuff here. And then when it comes to placing the order, let me see if I can just kind of go through here. I don't want to go. So just behind the scenes, when I cut away from the video, I logged out of the account, then I logged back in, and this is what I was looking for when I created the initial account. So this is to help you find your dealer, because your account should be associated with the dealer, your local dealer. It's important to support the local dealers. I just can't stress that enough. And so if I didn't know who my local dealer was, or I wanted to find it on the list easier, I can say open the Bernina store locator, and I get this screen here, yes. And I'm going to go ahead, look at all those Bernina dealers. We need more, all in here. We need more Bernina dealers, please, please. That's where you get your service. That's where you get your education. Yes, please, more dealers. Let me put in King of Prussia. Yeah, King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, yes. And so with this, let's see, I'm looking at, here's one of the dealers here. This would be, of course, Steve. And then if I'm coming up here, let's see, here's Burns Sewing. So lovely. Both these are such great dealers. I'm sure all these other dealers are fab too. These are just the folks that I teach with, but they're just great dealers here and here, and these others are probably fine as well. But if I click on that, do you see how it gives the location and all of that other good stuff? So that's how you would find it in the dealer locator. And so I'm going to go back hopefully to, let me see here, yeah. 19406, search. And then, boy, that I hope whoever the IT people are, get this out of here. That's kind of frustrating. So this would be the dealer, my particular dealer. It might be Burns, it might be another store, depending on what state you're in, etc. But you would select this, and then you submit, and then that's what group successfully added. That's what associates you, your login, and your dealer. And that was a journey, wasn't it? So, but I think I'm going to leave all of that in there so you can see how I'm hunting and pecking too. So I'm logged in, and this is the Bernina Skill Hub. When I'm looking at courses, And I want to get into the course catalog. I just want to get into something that's complimentary, and this one was. So let me just kind of show you how this works. You would need to purchase, and again by that card that I showed you, that would give you the access. But let me just go into this, and I'm going to say add to cart. Product was added to the cart. Great. Let me go into my cart. Checkout. You are checking out as this, yes. Okay. Okay, I want to remove that just because I'm not going to use a credit card. But again, I'm going to repeat. You'll have that card and then you'll just put in a code, so you don't need to use a credit card. And let me just go to checkout and then place order. Again, this is where you would put in the code. You would check on this, and it would give you a promo code that you saw on the bottom of that. It was blurred out, of course, and you would add. And I'm just going to say place order. And so. Okay, and so this is a receipt has been emailed, and please click the dashboard button at the bottom of this page to sign into the Skill Hub and begin your training. So we're going to go ahead under the dashboard. This, by the way, is why I always try to do videos for you, because sometimes things happen and you just have to cut away. So I would have, of course, my Bernina software building blocks class here, perhaps that nice 7 series tutorial. That was a really good program, by the way. They're going to have classes on the E16. Those of you that are multi-needle users, it'll be all here. And these classes will be available to you, and you can look at the stuff over and over and over again. So here I am in the dealer account that we have with the Bernina Skill Hub, and I just wanted to show you how the dashboard, that's where we are here, will look once you have classes populated. As you can see here, I have the Bernina building blocks course 17% completed, which means I saw the first class. And again, as you saw on that code card, folks, you're going to see that the classes that will be available to you, which the dates are actually listed on the card. You may recall, you can go back to that video and see it. But it'll be on the even numbers of the month. So in February, in April, in June, etc. That's when you'll see the codes. As the dealer, we see them a month beforehand so that we can teach in the store and also be prepared for your questions. So what I'd like to do is I just want to show you how this software building blocks class will look like when you come into it. And again, that is the class that's the 150. You may recall there was another class. It was like the mastery class for the software, which was 300. It's a several-hour class, etc. Program, I should say. And it's a great program. But that's not what we're talking about with the cards from the store. That being said, if you purchased a code card from your local area dealer for $150 value, you can certainly apply that to any other course. But the Bernina software building blocks, that 6 course or 6-lesson course for 2024, the year 2024, is $150. So that code covers the complete cost, as opposed to credit towards a class that would be more expensive. You could buy 2 codes and cover that cost. I hope I'm fairly clear. So as you can see, when you come in here, like you see there's like a little green check mark. That means I've completed the course. The locks mean that these courses will be available, but they're not available to us yet. And so when you log in, you'll probably see a very similar screen where you'll see these classes, they're grayed out, which means they'll be there, but it's when Bernina releases that. So like this lesson 2, I won't see any of that content until like the second week in March or so. And then you'll see that in April. I'm hoping that makes sense. But what I want to do, so you'll see like you'll have like your lesson 1 materials. And this again is your PDF of the lesson, your Debbie's great PowerPoint presentation, etc. And then the second one is the video. Again, you cannot download the video, folks. So you got a couple of years to be enjoying that content. And so you want to make sure you watch that, but these materials you can. So if I access the resources, what will happen is I'll get this screen where it'll show like your design files. You'll click download. It'll go into your download box on your browser. I'm using the one that comes standard with Windows here, that browser, but you might be on Safari or you might be on Chrome or Firefox. So your download folder would be in a different place. So if I click, say, consumer files, if I click on download here, you'll see that it opened that up here. And then if I click on open this file, what I'll have are like, this is like the basic lessons. These are the files for the class. This is your lesson file. So if I was going to click on the PDF, I think you'll be able to see all of this. Like this is the lesson. This is actually Debbie's fabulous slides for her presentation. So that's not the one that I want to show. So let me go ahead out of this and let's try this one here. Yeah, so when you click onto this kind of will give you, let me just open this up. This will give you the sheet that when you guys have been in my classes, this is what you're used to seeing. You'll print this up. These beautiful job, Debbie. You'll get all these different icons that kind of cue you as to what part of the software she's speaking about. These are addendums that she'll put in, etc. So that is pretty much what I wanted to show you there. And then if you're looking at the, let me go back a step here. I want to close out of that. Let me go return to activities. Yeah. Then I just want to show you like the video so you can watch the video. So I'll click on this.
Welcome to lesson 1.
Here's her
Bernina
video.
Software building blocks.
And if I wanted to like show this like full screen, you click here. Now you have it full screen. It was in the lower right corner.
We'll first talk
To
about
minimize
the
it
different
back
types of lettering
into
and then ways to
this
generate lettering.
interface,
Then
it's
we'll
here,
talk
and you'll
about the
see
difference
you've
between
got
true type
these
and
tools on the
embroidered
side
lettering.
here. But in general,
Also,
I would be
we will
watching
review
this full screen.
lettering basics
Once
and
you're
editing
done with
letters
this, you'll just go
and the
to the
different
next
ways
step,
we
which
can
is again
edit.
probably downloading
There
the
is a
PDFs,
beginner
etc.
lesson on
But she
creating
did.
a
She always does an excellent job, and this class will be no exception. And so when you're looking at the various lessons, they will be on that card, but I know they're doing lettering, and they'll be doing things like working with the basic graphics and things of this nature. So I hope this video has been helpful. It is, of course, always a pleasure to present things to you, and I always enjoy having you in my classes. I will continue doing classes with the dealers, but it'll be more in the You Should Know format. And the You Should Know format will be pretty much an open architecture where you can email me at shannon@stevessewandvac.com. I will collect questions during the month, compile them, make that as a skeleton for the class that I will teach, but I will also add things that I want to do. And so the topics will vary. But certainly once you get a couple of these classes under your belt, you may come away with questions. And then I would have you pose the questions to me in an email. Again, I will add them to my list, and then when we have the class together that will be live, we will go through that using the software and elaborate or amplify anything that we might need to make it even more clear to you. So again, thank you as always for, the many years that many of you have been with me. It means a lot to me, and I look forward to being with you virtually or in person in a class. Take care. Bye for now.